Do 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 do. Whee! Ah, okay, let's talk about something that's interesting and something that I had very little interest in. Oh, and by the way, this T-shirt, it was $1.50 at the thrift store. I purchased it because I thought it was funny. So anyway, what do I want to talk about? Let's talk about Ancestry DNA. And they have Ancestry DNA, and they have a few other companies that do DNA tests where they can test your DNA and tell you all the cool things that are in your DNA. It's like a big circle with a bunch of little pies, and it tell you whatever it is they find in your DNA in percentages that are in your DNA. And all that's cool. And I actually looked into this many years ago when I first heard about it. And it was also on a talk show where they did a thing on these two girls who were identical twins. That's right, identical twins, everybody. Identical in every way. You could not tell them apart. So anyway, um, they I, they used like 2, 3 different companies that were doing the Ancestry DNA thing, the whole DNA, and because they wanted to see if what they found in their pie, their DNA pie, it's a circle with a bunch of pies, okay, and they want to know if the percentages between the two identical twins, right, the two girls, would be exactly the same percentages. And with the 3 different companies that they used, they discovered that yes, identical twins, they had the same list of what was in their DNA, like say Irish, French, German, whatever, right? But the percentages between the two girls of all that whole list was different. Like the one girl had, say for example, 20% Irish in her, but her identical twin only had 10% Irish in her. So even though they both had Irish in them, the percentages were different. And the percentages were different between the 3 different companies that are doing it. It was like Ancestry DNA and there's other 2 companies that are doing it and stuff like that. And so I thought that was really interesting. So I read up on it, and sure enough, you know, they'll all probably list the same thing, but don't be surprised if the percentages are going to be different. So you end up doing this whole DNA test for entertainment purposes. Kind of like having your palm read. You know what I mean? Or having your fortune told. It's like you can't really take it 100% seriously. At least I don't. Because I decided long ago, no matter what was in me, shocking or not, I was going to embrace it and love it. Because, in the end, I defined who I am. Okay? I decide who I am as an individual. And so the whole reason for this conversation, this whole video thing, is because I'm not going to mention no names, but an individual, the first time around, wanted to know if I want to do a DNA test with them, and I go, no, I'm not interested. And I go, and I jokingly said, well, you never know. I think we're all mutts to some degree. And so I was joking about that, and I also jokingly said, hey, maybe I'm a switch baby. Do you know what a switch baby is? It's somebody who's accidentally switched at birth when they were born at the hospital. There's a percentage of that of happening at the hospital is extremely low, but it has happened. Years ago, there was this girl and this other girl, and I don't know what prompt the case or something like that, but they found out they were switched at birth. It was an accident. They screwed something up, you know. So yeah. So if me being a switch baby is true, hey, that's okay. I mean, you know, I define who I am, and I love my parents no matter what. And doesn't matter if you're related or not. That's your family. That's the family you were born into. That's how, you know. Hey, I'm here. Hello. But anyway, enough of the joking around. But seriously, if I was really interested in the whole doing a DNA thing, spit in a cup, go through the process, send off in the mail, wait 4 to 6 weeks or whatever, how long. And with this COVID going around, that'll probably take longer. I would have done it a long time ago. You know, every year I'm nearing 60. Every year I have a birthday, I'm nearing 60. So, I'm just not interested at this time. And if I was interested, I'll do it at my own time. And if I really was interested, I'm not going to tell anybody I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. You know, I mean, why announce to the world you're going to do it? If you know, what's the purpose? Yeah, you're doing it for yourself. And if you're going to do a DNA test to find out your percentages as an individual, because the percentages is going to be different in a family group, right? Say you come from a family of 5 and you got, say, brothers and sisters or something like, or all sisters, all brothers, whatever. If they all did a DNA test, their percentages are going to probably be the same or totally different, whatever, but that's that own person's individual DNA test. It's going to be different from everybody else's in the family. So you're doing it for yourself. I mean, I'm not one to do fun things like that in a group. I'm just not that way. If I'm interested, I'll pick a time when I'm damn well interested and I'll just do it. You know, I'm not afraid of finding out anything. I'm not afraid of finding out who I am or who I'm not. I'm not paranoid about what my percentages are or something like that. I'm a mutt, you know? Okay, this is what I was told as a child. I don't know if this is true or not. I was told I had French, German, Jew, and maybe English. That's what I was told. And then later on, somebody said that I might have French, German, Jew, maybe English, and possibly Dutch. And then somebody else said, well, you know, on so and so side of the family, I saw a picture, and you know, you might have something else in you. So over the years of people telling me what I have in me without a DNA test, I come to the simple conclusion that no matter what's in my family tree, all I know is that my tree has a lot of leaves and it's very colorful and beautiful, and I'm going to embrace it, whatever it is. Positive, negative, it don't matter. I'm just going to love that tree because in the end, I decide who I am. I define myself as a person. I do that. You know, when I was young, I didn't think that. But as you age and get to be my age, you come to realize that that's what it is. You define you. You define your own character. You define your own person, your own soul. You define that. Nobody does that but you. So if you go ahead and do this DNA test and you find something in there that you don't like, you better change your attitude about that. Because you asked for it. You did that DNA test. And some people take it very personally. Well, I have this and I have that. And then somebody else does their DNA test, and guess what? They find something they don't like. Wait a minute, where did this come from? I was told I was this. Well, see, I don't think like that. if I do that DNA test, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at every little thing that they find in that says what my genes are. And I'm going to say, yes, I embrace it. And that's why I'm not interested. Makes sense? I think it makes perfect sense to me, but I've always been weird that way. I've always been weird that way. I sit here and think, and I learn mostly through observation, because I was, I still am an introverted person. I'm a little more sociable than I used to be, but I'm still introverted. I'm still very much a loner, and I'm still very much to myself. But I've really, over the years, have come out of my cage, and I've become my own person. And I am who I am. I am what I am. My moods are everywhere. I'm nice up to a point, depending on what it is and what's going on at that split moment, that split second. You can only be nice up to a point. I'm never nice 100%, because I don't think that's normal. Like, I'm not exactly normal myself, but that's me. I like me now. I like who I am. And for many years I always wanted to be accepted and be a part of something, and I realized that you got to accept yourself, and you got to be a part of yourself, and you got to learn to like and love yourself, and whatever comes your way that's about you, right, your DNA, you embrace it. Don't be. You'd probably be shocked, but me, I'm not shocked by anything, man. I've proven that once already. I'm like, really? I do? Ooh, that's cool. And most people would be. I'm not gonna say what it is, but and most people would be mortified about that little piece of history. But I'm like, really? Ooh. Oh, I gotta check this out. This is cool. I've always been that way. It's that for the most part of my years, I didn't start showing that. And when I start realizing everything was interesting to me in some way or another, I kept it to myself, because I realized like I keep saying, I'm a strange person. But, so that's okay. So no matter what you find out your DNA, if you go for that DNA test and you see your pie, little triangles, don't be surprised. Don't be shocked. Just embrace it. And like I said many times in this video, you define you. You determine who you are and what you are. In here, you determine your character. You determine a lot of other things too. I mean, this is our temple. We're living in this temple, okay? We only rent these bodies for a certain length of time until our number's called, and then there you go. So enjoy life. Try to find something good about it, and run with it. That's all you can do. No room for whining, people. Peace out.